There are many teachings from many cultures about where we come from, where we are going, and our purpose in life. Lakota people believe there are stages in life and that every person on earth has a purpose for being here on earth. We're going to talk about Oinaji Dopa. Oinaji refers to a stage, Dopa refers to 4. From the Lakota perspective, there are teachings within the stages of life that will ensure a smooth journey and that will ensure that children have every opportunity to develop in a healthy way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. With that in mind, the value of wotakuye, which is a Lakota term for kinship and is viewed to be the foundation of Lakota society, was taken very seriously. When a young woman became pregnant, the female relatives would come together and would give her teachings about how to care for herself and her unborn baby. She was given teachings about not being exposed to anything negative, and the family and extended family took their responsibility very serious in terms of looking out for her and her unborn baby. Part of the preparation for the delivery, the arrival of the baby on earth, was choosing an elder woman to welcome the baby. When the baby was delivered, then the first person to touch the baby would be the grandmother, the elder woman, who was chosen for her characteristics to be passed on to the child. It is believed that the first person to touch the baby should be somebody that loves and cherishes the baby. She would then pray for the baby and welcome the baby. Tchakoja, Daya Yahi. In the Lakota language, she is saying, "Grandchild, it is good you are here, welcome." She would then pray for the baby and predict a path for the child. She would say, "Grandchild, you're going to be strong, you're going to be generous, you're going to be a leader, you're going to have a good life." In short, what she was doing was showing the spiritual path of the journey in life to the child, to the spirit of the child. She would then clean out the baby's mouth, I oichayu juntapi, which is a term for cleaning the mouth by the grandmother. She would predict the path for the baby. A Lakota name was given soon after birth. And the reason the spirit name was important to be given soon after birth was to ground the child to this earth. The child can return to the spirit world at this stage of life, and there were certain measures that had to be taken in order to prevent the untimely passing of the child back to the spirit world. And giving a Lakota name, predicting the path, making a prayer, and welcoming the baby were measures that were taken to ensure that the baby was welcomed and that the baby had a clear path in life. In this first stage of life, from 0 to 12 years old, it was believed that the child should have a joyful life, a happy life, that the child should be guaranteed happiness, good health, safety, wellness, love, being cherished, and that the relatives were responsible for ensuring that. In this second stage of life, the rite of passage is very critical for young people to know how to navigate this second stage of life from about age 12 to around age 21. In the Lakota language, Ishnati Awichaloapi translates to, they sing for her that dwells alone, which is a reference to her monthly purification time. When a young girl first went through her monthly purification, then the female relatives again would come together and would give her teachings about being a young woman and about how to navigate the often difficult stage of adolescence.
When a young man reaches a certain age, when his voice changes, then he goes through the Vichasha Ihonipi ceremony, which marks his transition into manhood. So he's given 4 nights of instruction in the sacred sweat lodge. Then on the 5th day, he goes on a hunt. He either kills a deer or a buffalo. This is shared with an elderly couple or a widow or someone who cannot have anybody, they cannot go on a hunt. So he shares his kill and a song of praise is sung for him. And from this day forward, he is known as a generous person within the community. Sharing is a virtue that we try to strive throughout our life as Lakota people, and it's a mark of generosity.
Having these rites of passage for the young man and the young woman gave them additional information, additional directions in their journey through life so that they could have a smooth journey through that stage of life and the subsequent stages. In the 3rd stage of life, by the time they reach the age, the young man, the young woman reaches the age of having their own families, they now have enough teachings to pass on to their children. There are teachings within this 3rd stage of life about marriage, about relationships, about raising children, being a parent, and passing on the teachings in a healthy way. There are certain ceremonies done. For example, when a young couple came together, there would be a marriage bundle ceremony. If they chose to spend their life together and raise a family, they would be given teachings by the elders about how to have a healthy relationship, about how to raise their children in a healthy way and to put them first. In the 4th stage of life, around 50, 55, 60, there's no certain age that this would happen. It would depend on the individual. The person would transition into being an elder. And this role of being an elder includes providing teachings, ensuring social order, observing custom law, and ensuring spiritual order. When the elder was ready to return to the spirit world, it is hoped for and prayed for that this passing would be peaceful. That one day the elder would go to sleep and would return to the spirit world without any trauma, without any sickness.